Hi, my name is Dark, and previously known as Dark Ass. So that was my street name in graffiti. I've been in graffiti since 2013 or 12-ish. I originally came from Bacolod City and transferred here, or currently living in Cebu. Transferred here from 2018 until this present time. So actually, there are a lot of things that made me decide to do graffiti, but one of the most important thing that made me do it for me is just to have fun and make people laugh or smile every time that they saw my tag name on streets. Because on the first place, the tag name that I chose was Dark Ass, or in Bisaya that was Dagom na Lubot. So when the people at my place before in Bacolod see that, some of them actually smile. So that's the main motive of why I do graffiti. I actually started doing graffiti when I was in high school, like fourth year high school. That was way back 2008, and I was only making sticker papers, sticker characters, and sticking it up on streets like metal electric posts and signboards. But at that time, I was not all out on that kind of thing yet, because student life is hard. Most of the students that time are broke, so we don't have any funds to finance the hobby that we're doing, like doing graffiti. And as time goes by, of course, one of the motives in graffiti also is to be recognized by your peers, and not just your peers, people around you, especially people that are not doing also graffiti. As long as they can read your tag name, in my own point of view, that's good for me. Okay, so that was 2012 to 2013. That was the time that I only find a job. So that's the time that I actually do some graffiti frequently, because I already have the money to support the thing that I wanted to do. And I also play skateboard, so it happens that some of my friends in skateboarding also do graffiti, and they already have established their own crew. And that's the time that I meet one of the guy who influenced me on graffiti scene. So originally, I came from Bacolod City, and the year that I came here in Cebu, like 2018, the thing that I can say here on the graph scene and street art, they're actually united. I was actually culturally shocked when I came here the first time I see them. Especially they have some events here in which street artists, graffiti writers, all the stuff like counter culture stuff that they have here, they're all united. And I was so shocked of that things that happening here, because to the place where I came from in Bacolod, people there are so divided. There are some divisions, especially like in the punk scene, hip hop scene. Before it was divided. In longboarding and skateboarding, people there also are divided. But when I came here, it was a shocker for me, because they're all united here and they have one purpose. Actually, when it comes to influence, there's a lot of people that influence me on this game, like graffiti game. So locally, the guy that influenced me so much, or a lot, like showing me a lot of ropes, like pros and cons, ins and outs when it comes to graffiti bombing before, was my friend in skateboarding. His tag name is Rivor. His crew was DGM, which I was able to join their crew before. He actually showed the ropes for me, how to rock some graffiti supplies on art stores, how to select the best stickers that you can put up on streets. Yeah, he taught me a lot of things, like ins and outs when it comes to graffiti in short word. And internationally, one of the influence that I actually look up into is the activist group in decline, but I'm not an activist. So a lot of people actually asking me why I chose my street name or tag name as Dark. So originally it was Dark Ass, and the purpose of it is to have fun and make people smile when they read it, especially if tired people riding on jeepney, going off from work, going home to their children. I actually imagine if they see my tag, it will eventually make them smile. Well, some piece of advice that I can give to some aspiring graffiti writer. There's actually a lot, but I would like to summarize it into two. Number one, just be yourself. And number two, do what makes you happy, not for money and attention. Because when you do it from time to time, your skill develops, and the money and attention will just gonna go along with it. You don't need to do it for those things. It's already given when you do graffiti frequently and practice your craft and skills in doing it. And as the time comes, since that Dark Ass is DARKASS, 7-letter word. So back when I was doing tags, it takes me a long time to finish just a simple tag with 7-letter word. So it makes me decide, or I decided to shorten it into a dark, like DARK, which is a 4-letter word, which is more convenient and more safe to have it on walls, making tags, throw ups, blockbusters, and pieces, since that is only 4-letter words, which is short. Okay, so what makes me busy right now, or so hectic right now, is doing some legal stuff. Actually, I believe in two sides or two concepts of graffiti. The first side is destruction side. Actually, destruction is a form of creation, and the second side is creation side. That's where I'm at right now, since that I have a kid and a family to feed. So it's really hard for me to do some illegal stuff right now. I can't afford to be caught by the police, be on jail, in which I cannot feed my family. So that's the main reason as to why right now it's rare for me to do some illegal stuff. But I actually find a way to quench my thirst when it comes to using spray paints or painting some walls by making some murals, like commissions, painting canvases, and painting portraits on the walls, portraits, faces, animal faces, weird stuff. Because if you paint those, the perception of the people, they actually think that it's a legal thing to do, because it's not a scribble or a vandalism or act of vandalism. They always think that it's a mural. So on my own point of view, it's actually a win-win situation for me if I do that. It will not gonna let me be arrested by the cops, and at the same time, while doing it on streets, I can express myself into it. And some other people passes by and ask, hey, can you do that also in my place? We're gonna pay you a little amount of money, and I'm gonna give you food and free art supplies, which is great for my side, or on my part. That would be great to actually help me a lot, especially that I actually have a family to feed. So it's a win-win situation for me for the meantime, doing those kinds of things rather than doing illegal stuff. I'm actually not encouraging young people to stop doing what they're trying to do, like illegal stuff. I'm not also pro when it comes to it, but it's all up into you. Paint at your own risk. So one of my influence also when it comes to street art and not graffiti letters is Soika. It's actually my idol since I started graffiti letters. I actually see his works before, especially street arts here in Cebu, and he's actually a good guy. He's so approachable. Every time that I chat him, ask him a few things, what are the things that you need to use to do some painting or some techniques, he actually tells me about it. And huge shout out to him for helping to where I'm at right now, even though that I'm not so famous. But, okay, so when it comes to plans and goals in the next few years or in the future, what I'm currently being busy at or currently doing right now is painting graffiti characters, like portraits and some weird stuff like distorted characters or faces. And the main reason behind it is I just don't want to constrict myself in just one art platform or art medias or type of art. Since that I'm growing old, we're not getting young, we actually need to progress in my point of view when it comes to this kind of scene. We cannot just be like a one-trick pony because we're here in this world to progress. So that's the way that I find to apply progression to myself. But of course, I not forgetting where I came from or the roots that I have, especially in graffiti letters. From time to time later on, I might be back making letters with characters. The thing that I can say, especially on the people of the scene right now, the graffiti scene or street art here in Cebu, even though that the scene is a little bit chill right now because of the buff and political stuff going on, we can still be united, like organizing some events, having some paint jams, and getting to know each other. So I would like to give thanks and shout out to my old friend Rivor and also DGM crew, and they're actually the guys that influenced me a lot when it comes to graffiti scene or street art. Especially also to my current crew in Bacolod, Mad Rats, shout out to Tres, to Groove, Sleep, and the rest of the crew. Also another crew in Bacolod where I'm one of, that's USK, United South Kids, or Undang Skwela Kadyot. That's the meaning of USK in our own terms. And shout out to Wise, one of the originator of USK crew. Rest in peace, brother. And shout out also to my current crew here in Cebu, which is TRW. It means the realest writers. And to all of the people that supported me here, I would like to thank you also, the Nuthead, for giving me an opportunity here to say some few words on this interview and say some few words also about the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm happy with, and about graffiti scene and street art here in Cebu.